Okay, now for another 30th anniversary. This one is for the Steven Seagal action film Under Siege 2 Dark Territory. I didn't go see that in theaters, and I really wish I did. Instead, me and my friend went and saw Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, while my mother went and saw that because I knew she wasn't interested in watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. When it hit home video, since we moved into a house that had a Blockbuster down the road, I just walked down there and rented it. And when I watched it, Mom came home, we watched it, and oh man, she pointed out some stuff like when she saw the satellite, she said, I think that looked like a spider. That kind of does. Well, this one is Casey Ryback has to deal with a train full of terrorists who take all the passengers hostage, and this time he has to take on two guys. Well, actually, it's kind of repeating the first one a lot, but this time it switches to two bad guys. The main villain is the one that really doesn't do any of the fighting, and the second main one, Marcus Penn, he's like the big tough one that Seagal goes against at the end of the movie. Oh man, okay, Casey Ryback's brother just died, so now he takes custody to his niece. They get on a train, and then it gets hijacked by the bad guys who basically are going to take control over a earthquake-making satellite. Oh goodness! Whenever they take over the train, Seagal of course takes out one really easily in a pretty cool way. Any more heroes? And then he turns around and takes that gun from him. The guy he grabs his foot and kicks him where it counts. And he gets him with a crotch shove and throws him out and shuts the door behind him. And then we got trouble with the kitchen cart. I think he said kitchen cart. Was it dining cart? Oh well. Well, Seagal hides in the freezer, which is a repeat from the first movie, and then he now has to try and save everybody. He meets with a porter named Bobby, and Bobby lets him know there's a phone right over here and a radio over there. Well, he goes to the phone first, but he takes this little device because they ripped out the phone receiver, but he's still able to get it going, but he has to turn the power back on. And when Marcus Penn, the second main villain, notices lights when they go into the tunnel, goes, I thought I told you all to turn off the power downstairs. So he sends one guy down there. And when the guy sees the power's back on, instead of turning it off or anything, he just starts searching around. He gets taken out, sliced to the old wrist, and then hit him and taken off. Oh, goodness. And when they can't find him, instead of turning the power off like what they should have, they're just looking for the guy. They find blood, and then as Marcus goes, we have an intruder. And Casey then goes to the radio, and he once again takes out another guy. Basically, he sees the guy through the window, but the guy can't see him. And then when he hides, he's hiding down there. The guy comes like this. Oh, it was this hand. And then he just simply aims the gun at the guy's throat and throws him out the window. And it shows him laying on the ground. And he quickly sees it if anyone saw that. No. Now comes one of the most awesome parts of the movie. It's silly, but it's still awesome. It's whenever he has the shoot up with the guys at the front of the train. One of them goes up there to check, and he just gives him the boot. He goes flying right off in a fake dummy kind of way. Lands, and then he gets it. He's holding, and then he goes under. And then the bad guys do one of the dumbest things you could think of. They just simply come out on bits, and then put their guns up and open fire. But like, why don't you guys go out even more where you can see him, because you're just shooting blindly. And then Casey takes one of the guns in a way where the guy doesn't even try and fight. He's like, I'll take that, thank you. He sticks it in there and shoots it. We're under fire. We're taking casualties. And so Marcus sends them back up. And then we get a cool action sequence where Casey's like opening the door for a shield, shooting at one guy there. But there's this idiot on top who's like, he keeps shooting it like that. But he opens up the third door. He finally gets the guy shooting at him, but then he empties out the rest of the clip, and that guy on top, and when they go underneath the tunnel, he ends up getting him, and that guy is so dumb. Because after he comes down and sees that Casey's not there, the steps when get off the train, when it stops, he stupidly walks down them for some reason, and Casey's really hiding down there, he just grabs the guy and throws him into a shed, which he gets destroyed when he hits. He finally gets shot. He goes underneath the train, so when they see the blood, they just assume that he's dead. But he's okay. He even tells the porter, Bobby, you think this is being shot? This isn't being shot. And then they go and make a bomb. And, but of course, they finally want to know who he is and what was he doing. So Marcus texts Steve, he goes, why would he need power? The phone! And he goes to it, and he sees that they've already sent the message, and he's like, ah! So they go and check on who that restaurant, and they check the recipes. Yeah. And when they see Ryback tax, Penn and his men know, but Travis, the main villain, doesn't ever heard of this guy. And he basically looks at the guy who played the main villain in The Mask. Did you see the body? No, he just slaps him. I assumed he was dead. Assumption is the mother of all F-ups. I can't say it. I'm not going to. Okay. When he makes the bomb, they go and look for his niece. They find her. She hits him with the mace. Goes pepper spray. So civilians. But when he uses it just clears the sinuses. And then he throws Casey throws the bomb that's made out of all this stuff, including a pager, and it says, you're F to the guy who, he reaches out and catches it, probably from a reflex. It says, you're F, it blows up, he's like, ah! Another guy gets on fire. The porter, Bobby, he steals the CD, and then, Casey's doing like this with hard liquor down the steps. He shoots a guy with a flare. He falls down, ignites. Just give him the boot. Like, get out of the train. The guy goes out. Another guy comes down and he disarms him. And he does one of the coolest things I've seen in the movie. Well, this movie. He grabs the guy and breaks his hands like this. Then he breaks him like that. He kicks him in the face, knocking him out. And when he shoots up the stairs, he's only shooting this way, but you're supposed to be going like this, but he's shooting. And then, oh man, now they realize the CD's gone. They say that one guy sees Ryback and he goes, hold it right there. He grabs the guy. They go off the train over a cliff. Casey hangs on. The guy hanging on. Like, get off of me! Get off of me! And then the guy finally lets go and drops to his death. And when they stop the train, oh, it's kind of silly. Bobby comes out with a baggage area, but as soon as they come to a complete stall, he goes launching forward. And so the three guys fall back. And then when they all take shots at him, when he gets off the train, whenever they back up, they slam into each other. Well, Bobby gets the gun, takes aim, fires 3 shots, misses 3 times, goes underneath the train to get away. 2 guys on ropes go down there to get Casey. He goes, hello there. Where's the CD? Down there. He looks down for some reason. He just jumps off the side of the mountain and grabs the guy and hits him, I think, with the elbow and the fist. And then he smashes his face against the mountain wall with all that blood on the mouth. When the other guy comes in, he just takes the machine and shoots the guy's rope. And Bobby gets caught by one of the guys, the guy that shot the luggage when one of them told him to check the luggage, and he obviously missed every shot. He ripped his pocket. He goes, oh, I don't think here's your aim. And he shoots him. I can't say the bad word. Bobby gets back on the train, but before they take off, Marcus looks under the train where Bobby went under, and he sees the CD, and he picks it up. And when I first saw that, Mom said, I can't believe how lucky they got. I was amazed it wasn't even scratched, especially because when you hear how Marcus picks it up, it makes that rough sound effect. Well, that's one heck of a CD. Well, the train starts going again. Ryback gets up because he's still hanging on to the rope, but Penn shoots both the ropes, and he's like, screw those 2 guys. They're obviously dead because they would have come up by now. But if he would have just shot the ropes whenever he got the CD, then Ryback would have fallen to his death, and then they would have won. Because as soon as Bobby gets back on, he gets caught by the main villain from The Mask. Peter Green, is that his name? I have to look him back up. Well, Ryback does get back on the train after hotwiring a Chuck to catch up, jumps on, he saves Bobby, he puts that guy on the ground and bends his head back so much that he snaps his neck. Oh boy, awesome. After that, they then go and rescue the hostages. First up, one of the guys takes that knife, gets him in the throat, shoots one, shoots another. Then there's a standoff. Bobby goes up, shoots one of them, but unfortunately his gun either jams or runs out. Casey shoots the other one, and then one of them shoots back at Casey. But then this guy, who's obviously a worker there, tries to be a hero, pushes that guy out in the line of fire. But unfortunately, he gets killed. But Casey's able to get him. Then another guy's coming up the steps. Casey shoots him, but doesn't kill him. Instead, he grabs him, puts the gun, and then starts walking down because he saw another one go down there. This is like his out of all the goons. This is one of the most notable ones. Yeah, because he was by Penn's side at the beginning when they got introduced. But whenever he sees that guy, someone walking, he just assumes it's Ryback. So he shoots him, and he has that evil smile. And Ryback unloads on him, and then he has the one little silliness where he drops to his knees and then falls flat down. They disconnect the hostages, and they get on the other part of the train because now they're on a head-on collision for another train that's carrying all this gasoline in dark territory because that's where they're at now. So that's why it has that for a subtitle. Oh, man. Well, Ryback has to deal with one more bad guy before the big main fight, but Penn kills one of his men because that guy gets mad at him for inviting Ryback to them. And that guy's played by Patrick Kilpatrick, who played the Sandman in the Van Damme movie Death Warrant. He goes from the final battle to a goon that gets disposed of in one lousy attack. I'm not kidding around. Penn stabs him right in the throat after he dodges his attack. Oh, goodness. Well, Bobby gets in, takes over the helicopter. He fights the only female bad guy. And they do that setup payoff where, Casey Ryback's niece, Sarah. Is it raining? Oh. Well, she did a tactic on him and flipped him over whenever he's getting beat up by the lady terrorist. He does that same tactic and throws her, and she goes screaming as she falls and hits the side of the train. He then puts the gun to the guy and starts talking to the lady voice. Oh, we sure did. We took care of that guy. Oh, we sure did. The guy's getting all scared because he got a gun to his head now. So now Bobby took over the helicopter and defeated a bad guy in combat. He also shot two as well. Well, Ryback deals with another one that I've already mentioned. I'm going to go over it again. He basically sees the old tripwire, gets some fresh towels, throws them, and they blow up the grenade. He goes in the room that had just got blown up, and then the guy stupidly comes around the corner and starts shooting. He then shoots up the room. I'm like, why don't you wait until you see him before you open fire? Because he stupidly uses up his entire clip. Ryback takes the gun, throws him down. The guy growls and comes at him, and whenever they're on the ground, Ryback is beating him with his vicious feet. He rolls over. He finally gets that guy's arm in that lock where he just snaps at the elbow. Then he strangles the guy to death. Oh, man. So now we go to the final showdown with Penn. But first, Penn seems more like this mysterious killer who basically has no emotion. And every time he's always doing something, he's always staring at it and watching it with this evil look. Like when he sees that when Bobby took the CD, he looks at the dumbwaiter, the elevator, dumbwaiter, I'll just call it that. Then he looks over where the Scott, his name's Bobby. Stop saying Porter. Ow. He goes where there, and that's when he finds the CD. So it gives him some like this dark, eerie, mysterious look where this character is like going to be like this big, major final battle. And yet, whenever it comes to the final showdown, Ryback dominates him. They have a knife fight, which is pretty cool. I like it when this. Okay, this is a domination fight that I still do like. And Ryback slashes his coat, flips him over a table. They go down to the kitchen where the whole thing got started. And Ryback loses his knife. Penn still got his, but he just does the old whip, and then he does what to me is the best part of the movie, when he starts unloading on Penn, because yeah, Penn doesn't do a good job of making you dislike him so much that you are definitely going to love seeing him get obliterated by Ryback. He does those punches, and then knocks him down, and then Penn finally gets him with a kick to the head. Ryback gets back up, showing no damage. Penn picks up a meat cleaver, and he's like doing all these martial art things to get him all freaked out and all that stuff, which is a pretty good tactic. Well, Penn gets obliterated even more, then he just gets his neck snapped, which I really thought was a kind of a letdown. After that, he goes after Travis. He frees his niece. He takes the grenade that she was holding that Penn gave to her, and he throws it at Travis. It's one heck of a grenade, because when it blows up, all the equipment explodes, just fire. I'm like, what kind of grenade was that? You know, Ryback's got a gun, but he did take that clip out, but it's still that bullet in the chamber, and he's like, shooting me will not do any good. You can't get past all my so-and-so. He just shoots the walkie-talkie strapped to the computer, which deactivates his security, allowing the space station guys to take over and hit the self-destruct and destroy Grazer 1. You know, they built an earthquake maker. Travis is the one who made it. After he did it, they did the old, you're fired. That always comes back to haunt them. It's a cliche. They didn't live free or die hard. Okay, he fakes his death. Why, I don't know, but then again, they do reveal that after Travis died, they stopped keeping tabs on Penn, which was a really stupid thing to do. Okay, and well, once that happens, the trains collide. Ryback's got to do the old running. There's a part where there's a green screen, well, a big screen behind him, but it doesn't bother me. And you get one big explosive collapsing trains collapsing on a collapsing bridge. But of course, Travis is still alive. He grabs him and he's going, Ryback, we make a great team. And as soon as he's in the helicopter, because he was on the rope ladder and they hit the retract button, he looks down at him. Travis is hanging on and Ryback just closes the door, severing his fingers, and he goes falling down on fire. Ryback! Okay, and that's when Ryback, Bobby, and Sarah make it to safety, and that helicopter pilot ends up being the one surviving bad guy. Oh, goodness. After that, we get the emotional ending where they're now paying their respects to Ryback's brother, which is Sarah's father, and then we get a touching song. Okay. Under Siege 2, Dark Territory is fun, and I mean that. It's a fun movie. It's got a good 1995 feel to it. When you watch this movie, you're going to know it came out in 1995, and yeah, that's what makes it so fun these days, especially when you consider that a lot of action movies are relying way too much on CGI. There is CGI in this, and it's 1995, which makes people say this is like a direct-to-video movie, especially only within the CGI scenes, which I can understand, because these days, 90s CGI has aged in a way where it looks like television CGI, like regular television, sci-fi channel television. But still, it's a fun movie. But if I had to make a change, I'd probably just go by the rule that when Penn and Ryback fight, the part where they're up on where all the tables are at, I probably would give them more of a satisfying knife fight, have them exchange blows. But when they fall in the kitchen, that's the part where I would keep exactly the same. But yeah, I would say it was more fun if Penn and Ryback did have a good fight up there, because I was kind of disappointed that they built this guy up to be this mysterious dark character, only for him to get dominated by Ryback, only kicking one lousy time. Ryback doesn't have a cut on him, but I'm guessing that scene must have been cut out or something, or because I noticed that Penn's got a bloody cheek when they fall down the stairs, and I don't remember that damage happening then, so once again, I think there may have been more to the fight that may have been edited out. Maybe we'll get a director's cut one of these days. Yeah, well, Under Siege 2, Dark Territory is number 8 on my top 10 best movies of 1995. I know it's not as good as the first one, and I'm aware of Seagal's reputation these days, but still, I'm a fan of his earlier films, his theatrical movies mainly, with the exception of The Glimmer Man, Fire Down Below, and Half Past Dead. I actually do like his theatrical films. Yes, I even like On Deadly Ground. That's my second all-time favorite guilty pleasure movie, second only to Deep Rising. I like it so much that I even wrote a book dedicated to Seagal for it, which is also about saving the environment. It's called The Beaver, the Hippo, and the Mad Animals. It's more of a family book, but it does have some adult content in it. When I had an Amazon Kindle book account, I sold 2 paperbacks in the UK, and that was it. Minus the one that I bought. Yeah, well, all you guys, the 2 customers in the UK, I would like to say thank you for buying that because I appreciate it. If you didn't like it, that's fine. I'm not going to hold any grudges. I just appreciate you being nice enough to give it a chance. But for Steven Seagal, happy 30th anniversary to your film Under Siege 2 Dark Territory. And yeah, I will say it's a fun movie. 2 thumbs up for me.